Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is my...
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
18 Gator.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field.
What now? Lady? Stop your whining. Check.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Make no mistake about it, that's a really dangerous place to run that play. But the way that they're spreading the defense horizontally, you've got to think that as the game goes on, they'll find opportunities vertically downfield as well.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Demarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
60 or 59. Switch up. Check 24.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Now Locke on the bootleg. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And a solid run down inside the 30. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They look to throw. It's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Chris Conley there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there, second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Locke off of play action. Trying to lay one up deep. But that's caught at the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ready? Mike
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after one. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Now a carry for Lindsey. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Touchdown.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, it's Jacobs, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run here with Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
The 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, you know, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
Let's see if he can do just that. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Locke. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Locke now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. A little check down to Lindsey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. We ain't giving him nothing to do. Ready?
On 1st down, Locke. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now Locke under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Clock now to throw. This is the tight end fan.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. 3rd down here.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. Carr now to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just ready.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 36, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a third and 8. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Here's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our...
Thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. James Conner, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. 21-10, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. Another run by Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go, Forrest. Let's go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing his lock on third down. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. Their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, 39 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing block well downfield.
A good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without it.
And the lead is now 24. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Carr. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Carr now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. Throwing on second down. Carr. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw it is Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Raiders. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 7.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Got it.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready?
Play action. Now it's Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Ready.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Keep it up.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 out long.
Throwing now is Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 29-yard
The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr. It's caught by Aguilar. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Carr now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Carr now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Now, you ready? My 50. Watch the screen. You ready?
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple, Carr. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Matthias Farley. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now McManus for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a carry for Jacobs. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Locke to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additions.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
Let's get this.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Alert 3.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
45 the mic.
What's up? Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll throw with Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Face mask. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Carr. Completes it to Aguilar. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Carr again. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So the Broncos coming out now. And that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. On 1st down, Lindsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on a tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. Four down.
Now.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Hey, what up? Got 4 down. 24 is the mic.
Be careful.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to break up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. One final try now for Carr. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Broncos, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll get another road test.